person in the world.
No, only a percentage of guys can do that.
It's a very small number of men.
A small percentage of men can go out and have sex with that many women.
Okay, so for me personally, I always like address this like all the time. Like when people are like, "Oh, I won't have sex with someone on the third date or whatever," blah blah blah. For me personally, like I always have sex with someone on the first date. Like all my boyfriends have had came from sex on the first date because I always think of, can you imagine if people like that have sex when they first get married and won't have sex until they get married, and then they have sex and then it's their wedding day and then they have sex and they're like, oh my god, it's so horrible, there's no spark. Because can you imagine the first time you ever had sex,
just that little gap
no
in
spark.
between
The first time you ever had sex, I guarantee it's like awkward, it's like flipper, like there's no chemistry.
It depends on how attracted I am to you.
But now you're stuck with that person forever.
So one of the issues is, while you may be correct about that, there are studies that show that as women have more sexual partners,
I'd rather do it
as women have more sexual, and these are studies, it's not my opinion, as women have more sexual partners, above 20 sexual partners,
for sure.
women
Mine is one times million.
Women tend to have a harder time staying in a marriage. It's about a 17% chance of staying in a marriage once you exceed 17 or 20 sexual partners. For men, that correlation doesn't happen. Men can have multiple sexual partners. What causes men to cheat tends to be other options. What causes women to cheat tends to be previous sexual partners. So that's one of the issues. Like every time you're trying out the new ice cream, you're taking one lick of the ice cream. The problem is by the time you get to the man who's your husband, there may be some difficulty for you to imprint with him because you've had so many previous partners.
For me, I might be that 1%. I don't know, but for me, it's not about the sexual partners that you had.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me personally, like seeing it, I think it's about the family experience, just your past and your like how you were raised, kind of thing. Not necessarily how you're raised, but your values. Like I have a different like outlook. I'm like whatever makes you happy, do whatever you want, kind of thing. So for me, sex doesn't mean anything. Like I'll have sex with whatever. It doesn't mean like if I have sex with 200 guys, it's not going to affect if I like a guy and get married to him.
Yeah, but it might affect the guy. It might affect the guy to find out that you had sex with 200 guys.
Gia. But just to comment on that, it might affect the guy that found out that you had sex with 200 men. But like, what if? But like that same man had sex with 200 women, and that's okay.
No, it's not that it's okay or not okay.
But like a guy to have sex with 200 women,
it wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying the same man that will judge you for having sex with 200 men had sex with 400 women, and they're like, you fucking whore.
It's easy for you to have sex.
Hold on, Gia. It's not that don't even worry about fucking whore. It's just we have a decision between multiple choices, especially if we're a high status man. And if we're going to choose,
and so does a female.
Hold on. And if you had a son, and your son was like, "Hey, I'm going to bring this girl home. I really like her. Just found out that she has 200 sexual partners." You would want your son to marry someone like that.
And I would ask my son, how many sexual partners have you had?
Really? Is that what you'd ask your son? Because I don't think you. I don't think you would, Gia.
Because you know what? I feel like women are literally, they're put on the they're put on a microscope and they're literally constantly like attacked. But men, it's literally the dawn of time. Men can get away with whatever the they want in life.
I don't think.
They want
I watch
but a woman and like a woman becomes unmarriageable, right? She's I don't want to marry that girl because she's too many dudes. But that dude every person in the world.
No, only a percentage of guys can do that.
It's a very small number of men.
A small percentage of men can go out and have sex with that many women. So, and all the women are going for that same guy. Most guys aren't out here having sex with all these women.
Gia, just to give you some context,
you guys generalize so much, and that is what she's.
We're talking about the majority, not the exception.
No, we're being very
specific. Whatever they can get, and girls
totally agree with you.
Girls have sex with like.
It's so much harder for men. His point previously. On average, what do you think the average North American male, how many sexual partners do you think he has in his life?
The average?
Yes. I want Gia to answer this.
If I had, if they're lying, because like people lie on polls. People lie. Right? When you go to the doctor, you go to surveys, you lie.
Once we get to millions and millions, and these are anonymous surveys, they're generally not going to lie.
If I had to guess, I mean like your average, right? Your Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
I would say 20 to 25.
6. So the average North American male has 6 sexual partners. Okay, 33% of men under the age of 30 have 0 sexual partners. 26% of men have no sex from the age of 18 to 30. No sex at all. They're not going on to the Census Bureau and lying to them about being a virgin. Okay, I got news for you, Gia. Hold on, Gia. Hold on. Let me tell you something else.
Okay.
The top 5% of men have 135 sexual partners. The bottom 33% of men have 0. The top 5% have 135. Now let's look at women. The average number of sexual partners women has in North America. What do you think?
My guess?
Yeah.
7.
4. Now, here's the thing. For women, the number of women that have 0 sexual partners is very small. It's like less than 8%. The number, once you get to the top 5% of women, it's like 35 sexual partners. Okay? So that's the thing. So you see, for women, it's a line. For men, it's a hockey stick, and the men at the top have all the sex. So when you guys go and when you make these statements about the double standard of men, most men work at Walmart or give you chicken McNuggets. Most men do not. Right? But that's the problem. They're still men. They're still men, Gia.
Absolutely, but you wouldn't. But a man wouldn't a 300-pound. I mean, maybe. Listen, I love big.
You're wrong.
Right?
Men would.
You're right. Correct. But again, that's because here's the thing. I think that this concept that men will literally fuck they'll fuck whatever they can, right? Or whatever is available.
Shout out to the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
Shout out to 18 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy. Shout out to the U.S. Army.
Because I truly do believe that men, I think men and women are kind of wired a little bit differently. I think men...
They're not kind of wired a little bit differently.
They are.
There's scientific that shows they are extremely wired differently.
100% wired differently. So I think men come from a place that a man goes out in a night, right? And just the main goal is to get laid. A female goes out in a night, and I would say your average female, maybe I'm wrong,
She just wants to go dancing.
Yeah, right.
She just wants to go dancing.
Maybe some women have a very man perspective, and maybe
I'm literally.
Annalise, go ahead.
I'm sitting here and learning that I am just a man.
Go ahead, Annalise. Why do you feel that? Because you like to go out on a regular basis just to get laid?
Because I have a high body count.
Okay. Hold on. Time out. Let her finish.
Time out.
One person talk at a time. Go ahead, Annalise.
I do have a high body count.
Okay.
And
which is okay, by the way. Which is okay.
Yeah. Also, a lot of it was when I was younger, and then I've learned things, and now I'm the energy exchange. I don't want to have a lot.
Can you move to your right a little bit more? Move to your right a little bit more.
Almost in my lap. I'm gonna get a lap.
Then all the three of you move to the right, please.
Like when we go to the gym, guys go to the gym, they say, "Hey, I met this chick." They're like, "Oh, is she hot?" And I see the girls at the gym. They're like, "Oh, I met this guy." The first question is, "What does he do?"
Yeah, that is accurate. We never ask what do you do. We don't care.
And to Rollo's point,
we're not saying that's unfair.
And by the way, we're not saying that what you do isn't important.
In his book, men are looked at as success objects. Women are looked at as sex objects. Hold on. So, if a guy says you're attractive, there's guys that say, "Oh, she's attractive, I'd fuck her," but then I wouldn't be in a relationship with her. There's two different things we look at.
Recreational.
That's why those girls are always complaining about oh, my boyfriend tells me he doesn't want me posting pictures like this, but then he's on Instagram liking all the girls that post pictures.
But you have guys liking your pictures.
Yeah, because he wants to protect your guys.
He doesn't want other guys
so when I say this, guys, please understand. What I'm talking about is the hind monkey brain is having one conversation, and then the neocortex is having a separate conversation. The neocortex understands things like contraception, but your hind brain doesn't. This is why when women have if your genetics understood what condoms did, you would look at condoms like they're made of acid. Like, keep them away from me. I want to reproduce.
Well, I do look at condoms.
I do that. I don't like condoms.
Okay, whatever. Any type of birth control. Any type of birth control, because your genes want to replicate, but your cognitive brain is recognizing what contraceptives do. Your hind brain doesn't know what contraceptives are, so they're just thinking every time we have sex, it's baby making time. That's the reason why these things happen.